Hey guys, so today isn't going to be so much of a art rant or anything, but it's close. We're going to be talking, it's more of a stereotypical thing. The concept that copying something and tracing something are the same things. Not necessarily. There's a few key differences between tracing and copying something, because if you're copying something, it's like a visual. You have to look up at the screen, look down at the paper, and try to figure out the symmetry they use, like the proportions, the angles. But with tracing, my motto is that tracing is basically useless to an artist. Like, even if you're just starting out, just using a light box and tracing over some lines, yeah, it looks cool, but you didn't really do anything. You kind of just traced. Because anyone, in my mind, anybody can trace over lines, but it takes some sort of skill to be able to think of what they did and how you could either expand upon that or just keep it kind of the same. So there's also a difference when it just comes to materials. So materials, that's a very complex subject, I guess, because when you're copying something, you need to think of what they used. Like, say that the artist used watercolors, but you don't have watercolors, then you kind of need to improvise. With tracing, you kind of don't really need to, because if they say if they used markers, say if they used Copics, then chances are you're not going to have Copics just lying around your house. I do, but yeah. But seriously, what's the chance of you having Copic markers just laying around your house? So that way you can kind of just especially if they use a generic color like black or white, then you can just grab literally any material that is that color and just trace over those lines. Which, I don't know, I feel like it takes more talent, more effort, and just more confidence, I guess, to copy something than to trace something. And I say confidence because if you trace something, all you have to worry about is your hand not shaking. And I can't control it as well, but others can. So that's kind of all you have to worry about with tracing. But with copying, you kind of have to have faith in yourself, that you'll be able to use the proper materials, you'll be able to think properly about how it was made in the first place, and you just gotta trust yourself that you'll make something that either looks like that or looks better than that. So I guess that there are some upsides to tracing. I don't want to bash on tracing too hard, but I guess one of the upsides would be that it is kind of self-esteem boosting. I almost knocked over the camera. Because once you do it and you see it off of the light box or whatever you're using to trace it, it looks really freaking cool. And you still get that feeling hey, I did that. I didn't do the one on the screen or the one I was tracing, but I did this. Right in front of me, I did this. My hand actually did this. That's pretty cool. And with tracing, you can learn different thicknesses, because lines vary so much depending on the piece. I could make a freaking documentary about just lines. Don't worry, I'm not that boring, I won't. But seriously, it's hard to explain how different they truly are, but if you just try to like take a step back from what you just traced and think like, I just did that. If I can do that, maybe I can do it without a light box. Maybe I can do it without whatever other materials you're using. Because I've never traced in my life, so I don't know. I just know that people use light boxes. I think that's the term. If it's not, then correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you very much. Yes, you may correct the girl with glasses, I know. So that's just my opinion about how tracing and copying are different, but I would love to hear your guys' opinions. Which one do you think is more beneficial for you? Which one do you think is more beneficial in general? Let me know in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching this video ramble comparison. So like, subscribe, comment, all of that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.